Obese children must be blamed for their own obesity, right? No, I couldn't agree anymore. Parents must teach their children to value food and to discipline themselves from overeating. Parents must also teach their children to engage in physical activities to stop themselves from being at risk of becoming obese. If a parent does not teach their child this and the child does not know, how can we blame them? In this case, I believe it is safe to blame the parent. After my speech, you will understand that parents are at fault for their children's obesity because they do not limit the amount of food their children eat. They do not choose healthier food sources over convenient food sources. And they do not encourage their children to participate in physical exercises. But first, what is obesity? According to the authors of the article, Physical Activity and Childhood Obesity, Strategies and Solutions for Parents, obesity is defined as an excessive accumulation of body fat. They also tell us that more than 23 million U.S. children and adolescents are either obese or overweight. Since I have defined what obesity is and how prevalent it is in our country, I will now further inform you of the many ways parents can contribute to it. Parents often do not limit the amount of food they eat. From my own personal experience, I know in many households, parents allow their children to eat large portions or many servings of food. In my house, we're allowed to eat until the food is gone. I've also visited friends and relatives, and I know from what I've seen that their parents allow them to eat as much as they want to eat. According to Arthur Monroe, parents should prepare snacks for their children throughout the day. This will stop children from being excessively hungry and overeating during meals. Parents are also more likely to choose food sources on how convenient they are from over how healthy they are. According to Stephanie Thompson in her article, Who is Responsible for Childhood Obesity, parents are the only members of the family who can decide on nutritional value and make the purchase. How can children get food of nutritional value if it is not the concern of the parents when they are making the purchase? Parents also generally stop by the closest restaurant when they need a convenient food source. This could be McDonald's, Sonic, Popeyes, or any restaurant that may be unhealthy for the children. In my home, we eat Pizza Hut at least 3 times a week because my mom uses it as a convenient food source. Over the past 2 months this summer, we have used these coupons to make purchases at Pizza Hut. This may be unhealthy, but to her, it is convenient. When parents grocery shop, they choose food that is quicker to cook or warm up instead of a healthy choice. I agree with Alicia's statement in her article, Childhood Obesity Responsibility Falls Upon the Parent, which suggests that when parents make these food decisions, they also make imperative, life-taking choices for their children. The 2 points I have discussed are not the only ways parents contribute to their childhood obesity. Parents do not encourage their children to participate in physical activities. I've witnessed many parents turn on the television set, sit their children in front of the television, and allow them to watch TV all day long. This inhibits children from being active and allowing their bodies to burn off extra calories that they intake during the day. The authors of The Role of Parents in Preventing Childhood Obesity suggest that physical activity habits can contribute to healthy eating habits to prevent obesity. Also, authors of Childhood Obesity Prevalence and Prevention have observed that gains can be made in obesity prevention through restriction of television watching. I strongly agree with these two statements and ideas. I also believe that it is important for children to engage in physical activities so that they can provide themselves with a lower risk of becoming obese. In conclusion, I have talked about parents allowing their children to eat whatever they want to eat, parents choosing more convenient food sources over healthier food choices, and I've also talked about how parents do not encourage their children to participate in physical activities. These all hurt the children in the end. Children are put at risk by their parents for being obese when their parents present this kind of behavior to them. It is the fault of the parents for not teaching their children the values of food and how to discipline themselves and encouraging them to get out there and participate in physical activities. So when you see a obese child and you look at them and you judge them, remember, it is not their fault. It is the fault of their parents.